So today we're gonna make massaman. This is just vegetable oil. I'm gonna make a small batch today. Just putting like maybe 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. And then I have some yellow onion that I diced up. On medium-high heat. Stir that around. And I'm gonna open up a can of Massaman Curry. This is what I use. And just 1 can is enough. I'm going to use 2 chicken breasts that I diced up. 1 can of curry. Keep that out, stir it around. I'm going to add in 2 chicken breasts that I diced up in little pieces. It's boneless chicken breast. I'm going to fry that with the curry for just a little bit. And then I'm going to use 1 can of coconut milk. You can use any brand. I just like this brand. I also like this brand, but they're both coconut milk. Just try to scrape, especially the creamy part. And this is a very easy curry. It's a milder curry. And stir that around. I'm gonna let that be in there for a little bit. And then I'm just going to add in about a can of water. 1 can of water that I'm gonna try to get all the coconut milk out of. Stir that around. And this is sweet potato. You can use sweet potato or you can use white potato. I just particularly like the sweet potato, but in the restaurant you'll see that they use the white potato. And I'm actually using 2 good sized sweet potato. Really for this amount you should just use 1, but I had some extra sweet potato in the freezer that I had already diced up that I didn't use, so I combined that with the fresh one that I had left over. And my daughter really likes the potatoes in this curry, so I'm adding a little extra. So gonna let that cook for a little while, but in the meanwhile I'm gonna add a little salt. I don't normally measure, so I'm going to try to measure everything out. We'll measure it and combine the total as we go, just because, like I said, I don't measure things, I kind of eyeball it, but I know if you've never made this before, it's helpful to have measurements. This is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm putting that in there so that we don't have to add as much fish sauce. And I'm actually gonna add a little bit more water, maybe another 1/2 can. So this is a half a can more of water. So I don't want my curry to be too thick. It needs to have some of the curry sauce. And then for right now, I'm going to add some fish sauce. You can use pretty much any brand. I'm adding in 4 tablespoons of fish sauce for right now. I'm not sure. I'm going to taste it once the chicken cooks a little bit more, and see if we need to add some more fish sauce. Because like I said, I usually just eyeball it. But since I'm doing this for you all that you can see, we're going to try to measure everything out. And for the sugar, this is just white sugar. I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar. And we may need to add a little more sugar because this curry is supposed to be a little sweet. So we may have to add a little bit more. So right now we have 4 tablespoons of fish sauce and 1 tablespoon of sugar and a half a teaspoon of salt. So now that it's boiling, I can taste it because the chicken is cooked. So I want to see if I need to add more fish sauce or more sugar. So I'm just going to taste a little bit of it. I'm not sure. I don't want to double dip because in case I get sick. I mean, it tastes pretty good. But I think I'm going to add maybe another tablespoon of sugar. Let's see how it tastes. Yep, it definitely needed another tablespoon of sugar. So the final ingredients then is going to be for 2 chicken breasts and 1 good size potato and 1 coconut can of milk, one can of coconut milk, and 1 curry. We're gonna add a half a teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons of fish sauce, 2 heaping tablespoons of sugar, and that's it. That's your ingredients. And then you boil it until it comes to the potatoes are cooked and the chicken are cooked, and that's it. That's how you make it.